Hello, everybody. Hi, Susan B. here with the incredible Jane Gratzman. And why are we here? We are here because I am very passionate now about embodiment work. I've been doing some work around embodiment work for a while now as part of my healing. And I came across Jane and her 11-week program, and I, I've gained so much from it. And in my conversation with Jane, Coach Jane, because I work with her weekly as well, just to embody this work deeper because it's been so profound for me. Of course, it's up to me to practice. There's no magic uh, easy button, but we thought we would jump on here and do some exercises once a week on Jane's YouTube channel together so that you can see. It's a win-win-win. Win for me because I get to practice this more. Uh, Great for you who are watching, and an opportunity for Jane to develop more content here for her YouTube channel and to do something kind of unique together. Um, so thank you so much for this opportunity, Jane. Thank you for your work. Uh, Appreciate you. And I know you've been working, just a quick little tidbit about Jane before we get started. Uh, Jane, you've been doing this work for a little while yourself, and then you were a student before that. Now you're teaching. So why? What drew you to this work?
It was my own struggles. I went through a period of over 10 years of feeling really stuck in my life, and my business wasn't working and finances weren't working. My marriage fell apart. So, because of all of those things, I had to take a serious look at myself. And this program popped up, and was so drawn to it. And what I learned, a big part of what I learned in it is that I was doing a lot of self sabotage. And
Mm.
I had all kinds of mental and emotional patterns that I didn't even know I had. And they were sabotaging my life.
It's a
Got,
good way to put it. I can identify with that, and I'm sure a lot of people watching can.
yeah, we do it to ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your program is called Empowered Feminine Leadership.
Yes.
I love that.
And a big
Uh,
part, Susan, is that a big thing that I also learned that I had no clue about is that I had been operating in my masculine energy for years. And that made me exhausted and overwhelmed and in my head a lot. And that was dominating my life. I had no clue it was happening.
so there's a place for masculine energy, as we know. It's that, that overused word, balanced.
Yeah.
you know um I've for me, I've really enjoyed this. It's been really helpful. It's accelerated my healing. It's kind of turned the dial up, helped me level up another level in my healing, and I'm really enjoying this work. My challenge is discipline.
Mm.
Right? Isn't that the truth for all of us? It's practice, 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 right? And
Yep.
the more I practice, I see results, so it keeps me hooked. So I
Yes.
love that.
Yeah. And that's why it's important to be in a community that supports you. So you don't
Yeah.
feel like you're doing it alone, right? Because it's so hard to get out of these situations when you're just
Yeah.
doing it and relying on your own discipline is challenging. So,
Yeah, it really is. That's why I enjoyed the 11-week workshop that we did with other women. Now working one-on-one, it just helps keep, for me personally, and my learning um, process is repetition is the mother of skill, and also having accountability, like a buddy system.
yeah,
So I love this. And we're gonna do an exercise today, right?
you
I
bet.
have no idea what it is, but I'm gonna be the guinea student.
All
Do
right.
my best.
Okay, so here we go. And what I would like to encourage anybody who does end up watching this is that just watch for yourself first, and then you could actually rewatch this and take yourself through the same process and experience it for yourself. So,
Okay.
what we're going to do is this is a great practice to help you see the difference of when you're really in your head and when you are in your body, and what difference that makes in terms of how you come across for others, right? Because it's all about connection. We want to be connected to people. So, what might be going on for us that could impact that connection? All right. So, we'll call this head bubble and womb space practice.
Okay.
So, what I want you to do is head bubble is really about many of us, the majority, spend their time in this energetic space that's outside of their body. It's up above their head, sort of like a cartoon character's bubble, you know? And we come from that place and we speak from that place. And I want you to demonstrate that for everyone. So, so the
That's
way
not hard.
the way to do that, Susan, is I want you to close your eyes and I want you to put your energy up into that space that's above your head. Because where your attention goes, energy flows. So be up in that space, and I want you to worry about something, or worry about something that's going to happen in the future, whatever. Just come into that space. And what we're going to do to have some kind of a control between these two scenarios I'm creating here with Susan is I'm going to ask you, Susan, to talk about what happened in your morning, and you'll do that in both states. And I want the people watching to just notice in your body, what are you feeling towards Susan, how she's coming across, what kind of qualities is how is she showing up as a person, and how are you receiving her? So Susan, being back up in that space of worry, when you feel ready, you've really in that energy, I want you to talk about what went on for you this morning.
Okay, I'm gonna open my eyes. Got up this morning, turned on my phone, and to check the time. And because I have a friend that comes over to take the doggies for a walk on the weekend, and I didn't want to be late, and I was a little bit concerned about my guest. So I popped my guest doggy because this would be her first time going out, and I was a little bit nervous about that. So I woke up with an anxious energy and a little bit more hurried than I normally would on a Sunday morning, and turned on the music, got up, and forewent or didn't do my breathing exercise or my meditation. So
Okay. All right. That's
I
plenty. We got the picture.
know I can feel it in my chest. I can feel the anxious energy as I'm reciting that, you know?
Mhm. What else were you feeling?
Mm.
What were you noticing for yourself?
Just to, my chest, because I have an anxiety disorder. So that's triggered very easily if I'm up there
Mhm.
right away. I can feel it in my chest. My breathing becomes more rapid. My body heats up, you
Mhm.
know, get a little sweaty, clammy.
Okay, so
Uh,
let's move to a whole nother state.
okay.
All right, so if you can close your eyes again. This state is, I want you to connect by bringing your attention inside your body to the back of your spine and follow it down to your womb space. The womb space is the center of your energy field. It's your power center, your creative power center. And when we connect to this space, it is about 3 inches below the navel. So if everyone can just go there now, just connect with that space. And you know that you're there when you feel a stillness, a calmness. This creates safety in our body, and that is so important when we want to step up in our life and get out of the challenges that we're in, and we're maybe called to something bigger. Creating safety helps us take the risks to step higher in our life. So, Susan, when you feel that you're deeply connected with this space, I want you to open your eyes and tell us again what happened this morning.
I woke up with a doggy jumping on me and licking my face. Great way to start the day. I turned on my phone to see what time it was so I could get the text from my friend who was picking up the doggies for an hour hike at the park. This would be the first time for Sky, so I wanted to make sure she was comfortable to go. I didn't do my meditation until after the doggies left. So there was a bit of a excitement this morning with 2 doggies in the house and the first night sleepover with our furry guest Sky.
Okay,
So
that's
much more. I'm so much more relaxed, right? Like I can feel it. Like there's this calmness. So just in my body, comparatively to a few minutes ago.
and so
So
what it's a huge difference, right? When I watch you, I sense all of that, the calmness. And when if I were to listen to you as the leader of Dare to Be Vulnerable project, I wouldn't be very interested to hang out very long when you're in your head bubble and you're just listing off all the things that happened in the morning, and I can feel this anxious energy from you, and it can be quite repelling to listen to as someone who's so up and above their head and disconnected from their body. Whereas when you were in the second state, right, you're connected deeply to your power center. I just feel this lovely woman who is connected herself. And I can feel your authenticity, right? You're just being who you are. And that's what people want. They want Susan. They don't want somebody who's, up in their head and projecting all kinds of stuff on everyone.
well, since we've been doing this work together, I know the difference. And I was doing, I've had 180 conversations around my project with people one-on-one. So I have an opportunity since I've been working on this with you to do it differently. And what I'm recognizing is I'm also an empath, so I feel other people's energy, there's a real difference from when I'm in my head space and talking than when I'm in my womb space and talking. Or for the, if there's any men listening out there, their pelvic area, that sort of center, that core. Um, big difference, big difference in how I'm received.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, and yeah, big difference. And it really requires practice because my default still for me is the headspace
Yeah. And it's head bubble, right? We don't
or
want to
head bubble
head bubble. It's outside because
outside. Yeah.
being in your headspace is actually a good thing. And
Okay. Head bubble, head
yeah,
bubble.
head bubble, it's disconnection. And when you just think about, what we've just demonstrated, women have so much wisdom and have so many great ideas. And they are important leaders of tomorrow. But for them to be effective, you need to come from a space of authenticity and connection to yourself so that people can feel that you want people to want to follow you, right? Not be, let's say it's a businesswoman who's wanting to sell products. When they're coming and talking about giving a sales pitch and they're up in their head bubble, other people feel it. It sounds really
Yeah.
salesy and it feels like they're pushing it on you. Whereas if you drop back in and down into your womb space and you're not more forward, trying to push things on people, people feel
Mhm.
that and they want to
So
want
true.
to listen to you much more. So it's really important for women's leadership.
So true. So true, Jane. I look back and I think most of my career was in my head bubble,
Yeah.
in my communications, a lot of the time. A lot of the time. Uh, I'm surprised I was effective at all, but tenacious, I guess. Consistent. But now I can do more with less, if that makes any sense.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know, we've heard that, less is more.
And that's a part of feminine energy as well. And
This
yes,
has been great.
it does apply to men as well. Everything that we're talking about, you
Yeah.
had suggested, of course, you don't, men don't go to their womb space, they go to their dantian, which is about 2 inches below the navel. But
Oh,
everything that I'm talking about is equally applicable to men.
of
If
course, it's a human thing. It's all about energy, right?
it is.
And anchoring that and coming from that sort of solid calm because it has that impact on others. It connects to that space in them and they feel that. And especially in the world today, we need more calm,
Yeah.
right? We need more calm and security and safety. You used that word at the beginning, safety. That's so important. And I'm learning that with this work. I'm hooked on this, Jane. I'm so excited about what's happening for me with it. I'm so grateful to you for working with me and introducing me to this work and doing these, getting together and doing these so that we can help, extend that out to others and um, give them, allow for them to experience
Yeah. And I'm excited
this work.
keep sharing more of these practices. We're going to be doing more of these conversations together. So that's
Yeah,
what
maybe we can do some lives we can do some lives at some point and get engagement from others. We could
that
do
would be
these
great.
lives as well. That'd be fun.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay, Jane. Well, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for watching and have a great day
Thanks,
or evening, wherever you are, whatever time it is.
thanks, Susan.
Thanks, Jane.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.